Hello my beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a cozy fall get ready with me using some of the products that I mentioned in my updated fall favorite makeup video. I posted that not too long ago and I figured why not sit down and actually use some of the products that I mentioned in that video. So if you enjoy the video while you're watching, be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe because I do upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So I got my hoodie on here, rocking out of state. Go Rams. I never know how to put this on my head. Is it this way? I think it's this way. I also have my little coffee right here. I'm feeling very fall. And the weather is feeling very fall because next Thursday, actually this Thursday, it is going to dip down to 55 degrees. Again, if you missed that video where I talked about all of these products, the reasons why I like them for fall, be sure to check out that video. I'll link it below because in that video, I do go a lot more in depth of why I love certain products and why I use them specifically for fall. So be sure to check that out. But I'm going to go in with my primer. This is the Fenty Beauty True Matte Pro Filter Mattifying Primer. I haven't filmed in a hot minute, you guys. I have had so many pre-filmed videos and now I'm running out. So, your girl needs to film. I've been definitely experiencing some really great maskne. It's so fun, guys. In that video, I mentioned a few foundations. A few of them were the Too Faced Born This Way Matte and the NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation. I might try to mix these two today just because I've never tried that combination before. I'm curious to see how they perform. I don't want to use too much though because these products are very full coverage. A squirt and a half of this one and a little bit of the NARS. The NARS is definitely darker of a shade than the Too Faced one, so we'll just blend them together and hope we get a shade that matches. I'm taking my makeup eraser sponge. I just freshly washed this in the washing machine this last weekend, and this is what it looks like. Totally clean from all of the foundation. It's amazing. I can never get my other beauty blenders clean like this. Oh, no longer clean. But I have washed this, let's see, 4 times now, and the tip of it is just starting to get a little bit not as nice as it once was, so I might need to get a new one soon, but it's held up actually pretty well. I cannot tell you guys how excited I am that it is fall weather. Most of my clothes are fall. Like they are for winter or fall, so when summer comes around, I really struggle because I'm like, I have nothing to wear because I just don't like this season and I don't like clothes in this season. I don't know. I am a sweater, cardigan, flannel kind of person, Or like a little sweater with a little scarf and it's just the best. I'm not about summer clothing. So I feel like my wardrobe really lacks in that arena. So if you have any like good summer boutique or like summer clothing places that you guys get clothes from, let me know because I feel like I have none. And you know what? They're probably on sale right now because it's not summer anymore. I wonder if that would be the case. So yeah, let me know where you guys like to buy warm weather clothing from. So looking at my skin after mixing the two foundations, I really like the finish. It's like a soft matte. It doesn't feel heavy at all on the skin. I think the finish looks so nice and very like natural for a full coverage foundation. So I'm digging that. It feels good on the skin. I just think it looks really nice and kind of skin-like too. I think I'm gonna leave the coverage at that. I know I still have like a little bit of stuff peeking through, but that's fine. I'm not looking for a super full coverage look, but that just shows you that you can use either like the NARS foundation or the Born This Way matte and achieve a coverage similar to this rather than having it just be full coverage. So really like how that's looking. I'm going to take my concealer, the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. I've been really loving this. It has very good coverage. You only need like the smallest, littlest amount. Goes such a long way and it definitely does brighten up my under eye because it's a little bit lighter than my foundation shades. I do like to bring it into like the inner tear duct area because this really shows my dark circles there. So you can see like the difference between this side and you can definitely see my dark circle extending into my tear duct. So I need to cover those babies up. Thought it'd be a good idea to wear a hoodie to filming, but I'm getting kind of hot, so maybe it wasn't the best idea. But it's fine. We're cozy, and that's just how it's gonna be. Oh, this was open. Just got powder all over me. I'm gonna take the Too Faced Peach Perfect powder. Try not to talk while I use this because it will get in your mouth and it will taste like peaches. Overwhelmingly taste like peaches. This combination you don't even really need to set down your foundation. If you do not have really oily skin like me, you probably don't need to set this because it feels like a powder finish anyway. I'm gonna add a little bit of that foundation combo to my eyelid to use as a base for eyeshadow. Pretty much completely gone away from using specifically marketed eyeshadow bases because you just don't need it really. You have your foundations that are supposed to be long wearing, look nice and, you know, matte, so why not use those instead? Or concealer. I do use concealer a lot for an eyeshadow base. Right now I am very into like fall themed videos. I've been doing a lot of vlogs and stuff with the season change. So I'd be I'm curious if you guys would want to see something like a fall morning routine or an evening routine, something like that. I really have been enjoying getting more into those lifestyle kind of videos. So if you want me to put more videos like that out, let me know that down below. For bronzer, I'm gonna use the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster. This is in the shade medium to deep. I can definitely get away with this bronzer in the fall and winter time, but I do really love how matte it is and how pretty it makes your bronzer look. Like the tone of it is just really, really nice. I recently, as of like 2 days ago, fell down the stairs. I was walking down the stairs and I like wasn't paying attention and my ankle rolled. And you know how your ankle rolls to the side, like out a little bit, but you catch yourself? That didn't happen for me. It definitely rolled and I had all my weight on it when it rolled. So I felt this like cracking and I actually heard cracking. It was really scary because I was like, oh my God, did I just like break my ankle? What's the deal? It was fine. It, you know, it wasn't broken. At least I can walk on it. But I definitely had to ice it and keep like an ace bandage on it just to make sure it was gonna heal okay. So today it's like a little bit tender, but it's not bad. Yesterday and the day before, it was real swollen. I am very accident prone. My face is feeling very matte, so I think I'm gonna take the Benefit Rockateur blush. This adds a little bit of sheen to your cheeks. It's a very pretty like mauve-y raspberry kind of blush. Not a huge fan of the packaging. It's kind of like bulky. But I do know which products are from Benefit in my collection because they all look like this. Now, highlight. I'm gonna take my pretty much favorite like fall and winter highlight. It's the Anastasia Amrezy, but if you don't have it, I also really like the Makeup Revolution. Actually, no, let's go in with this. This is the Makeup Revolution Highlighter Reloaded. I try not to use products that are like not available, but it's hard because I have some of these older products that I don't know like if they are still around, but I think this one for sure is, so I'll use this one today. It's got this really pretty swirl in the packaging and it's a little bit of a mix between a pink and a champagne and a gold. Now let's do eyebrows because my brows are looking a little sad. I need to tame them soon. I really avoid it because it hurts so bad and it makes my eyes water and it's just a whole thing. I used to get my brows waxed, but I felt like they looked really thin and really skinny, and that's just not really the trend now. So I haven't been doing it for a few years. I've just been kind of plucking like the outside of my brow or like right underneath it just to shape it a little. But I am very lucky. My brows have a pretty natural curve and shape to them, so I don't need to do a whole lot. But I do need to, you know, tend to the strays every once in a while, and it just hurts. Especially, I feel like I always notice it when it's my period week. I'm always like, what? I have to fix this. And it always hurts like a million times worse because that's the time that I choose to do it on. Let's shape up these bad boys. I'm just using, oh, I didn't even tell you what I was using. The Milani Precision Brow Pencil. And this is in the shade Soft Brown. Gives like a nice light look to the brows. It's not too, I don't know, too pigmented, too deep of a shade that it's gonna look too harsh or too intensive brows. Man, I am getting hot, but I'm committing to the coziness of fall, so I'm gonna stick through it. It's fine. This counts as a workout if you're sweating, right? So before I twisted my ankle, I went for a run. I know, who runs, not me. I actually have asthma, and I go through these phases where I'm like, I haven't been working out, so I need to do an extra hard workout to somehow make up for not working out. I'm gonna set them down with my Milk Kush brow gel. This is clear. So yeah, so I went on a run slash walk. I ran a little bit and then walked, and then ran a little bit and walked. It was like, you know, back and forth. So it wasn't like a full-on run, but I did full-on run for like 15-20 seconds at a time. It was pretty awesome. Like I said, I'm not a runner. I have exercise-induced asthma. My mom, actually when I was younger, I played soccer and I tried to run, and then I was just like, I don't like this. And they thought I was just lazy. They were like, why don't you run more? And I was like, I really don't like it. And then, you know, later they found out I had asthma, and they were like, oh, that's why you don't run. You're not just lazy. You just can't. So anyway, I went on a run slash walk, kind of like a light jog. It wasn't like I was running for my life, but it was like a solid moving kind of run, you know? So I went on a run. The story's going somewhere. And I came back and my legs, my lungs were killing me. I don't know. I just really wanted to be like, I did something good today, and I'm not a runner, but it's nice fall weather, so why not go outside and enjoy it? I really should have just like fast walked, but I was kind of running low on time anyway, and I alternated running slash walking for like almost 3 miles, so I was pretty proud of myself. And then the next day I was so sore, and that's when this injury happened, this ankle injury. So I've decided that running is out to get me, and I don't think I will do it because I don't want to hurt my ankle again in the future, you know? I really think that like my calf was so sore that I just wasn't walking right, and so when I stepped down, my ankle went like boop, and it just, then it was done, you know? All right, let's go ahead and do some eye makeup. In that video, I talked about the Natasha Denona bronze palette or the Anastasia Soft Glam. I love both of these. Here's kind of the color scheme of both. We can do this. We can hold 2 palettes at once. So that is both palettes. They both have very similar kind of feels. I might take a mix of both. You know, you don't have to use both, but just because I have them here, I might take a few shades from both. I think I'm going to start off with the shade Orange Soda in the Soft Glam palette. I don't really want a super smoky fall look, but I do want some good warm orangey yellow goodness. Both of these palettes highly recommend if you are looking for a fall palette. I'm going to switch over to the shade Sundown in the Natasha Denona palette. It's just a more like intense kind of yellowy shade. So anyway, back to the running. More of the story. I just shouldn't run. And if I'm gonna run, someone should stop me because they're like, Kate, remember what happened last time? You ran and your lungs hurt and then you twisted your ankle the day after. So I just shouldn't. That's not my game anymore. It was for a day. I'm gonna take the shade Suntan on another big fluffy brush that's from the bronze palette and take it a little bit lower. It's a little bit of a deeper brown shade. Now let's take a denser brush. This is the MAC 217. It's like the only brush I use in my outer V, and as you can see, it's not clean, but I'm going in with a similar shade that's already on there, so it's fine. I'm gonna take the shade Magma from the bronze palette and tap it just in the outer corner like that. Okay. Now let's go in. I am dying to use one of these shades. These are gorgeous shimmer shades from the bronze palette. I'm going to take the shade True Bronze. It's definitely a metallic gold here, and I'm just gonna lightly tap this on. It can get really intense with these shimmer shades, but I just want kind of a light wash. I don't want something that's going to be looking too metallic. No, kind of like that, to that level of intensity. And what I do is with this palette, if you want to lighten a shimmer shade, you just lightly tap in there with your finger and just, you know, again, lightly tap on your lid. If you wanted to really intensify it, you push harder definitely to pick up more and to apply more onto your lid. But I think I'm okay with how that's looking. I'm gonna take my pencil brush and take the shade Sienna from the Soft Glam palette. It's this brown, it kind of has like a hint of red, but it's more brown than the shade Magma that we used. Just gonna run this under the lower lash line. I am really looking forward for like Halloween, except not super scary movies, more just like holiday, Halloween kind of vibes, but not like a horror movie, you know, maybe like a suspenseful movie. If you have any recommendations, let me know down below, because I feel like when I was younger, I watched all the horror movies and now I'm deathly scared of them. I was not scared of them when I watched them, and then years later as an adult, I'm like, wow, that really made me scared of the dark. So maybe not like a horror one, but let me know if you have any good like go-to Halloween movies. I cannot remember the name of it. It's not Saw. It's like where he has a mask and he like goes around and like kills people, but it's like not in a bad way. It's like a funny kind of way. It has the guy from Scooby-Doo in it. I think I'm done with my eyes. I think I'm happy with how this is looking. This is kind of a lighter, less intense bronzy fall look. So I'm gonna take my LA Girl Glide Gel Liner in the shade brown. I haven't used a black eyeliner for my waterline in probably over a year, and it feels really good for me. It feels good. I just do not ever use black as an eyeliner for my waterline. Granted, I never really use eyeliners in my waterline anymore. I just feel like it closes my eyes so much. But for like fall kind of looks, I really like to have something on my waterline. I feel like the makeup industry is just kind of getting away from having such harsh black eyeliner on the lower lash line, which I'm not mad about. I am a fan. God, what is that movie called? It's gonna drive me crazy. So I'm gonna look up Scooby-Doo, because I know that he's in Scooby-Doo. What's his name? Matthew Lillard. Okay, now Matthew Lillard is also in the movie, wait for it, Scream. That's what he was in. Why couldn't I remember that? Okay, I'm gonna take my regular mascara, the CoverGirl LashBlast Fusion. I had to get the water resistant one because a while back they just didn't have this available. It was like all out of stock, and I was really concerned that it was gonna, you know, no longer be available, or they were phasing it out or something. And so I got this one. I was like, it's water resistant. I don't really do that kind of mascara because it's hard to take off. But then I was like, there's no regular, so I'll just get it and hopefully this lasts long enough till they come back in stock. And guess what? They were back in stock like the next week, but I want to use this up because it's actually not too difficult to get off. It's like only a little bit harder to get off than the regular mascara. So if you're looking for like a water resistant one and you're planning on crying or something, you should get to this one because it seems to do well and it's not a horrible mascara to remove. I am curious, if you've made it to this part of the video, what's something that you have done to take care of yourself lately? I feel like in this climate that we're in with COVID and with politics and with everything that's happening in the world, I feel like it's really important to still be doing things that are for you, doing things you like, making sure that you're taking care of you. So I'm curious, like, what's something that you've done to take care of either your body, your heart, or your mind lately? Because that's just so important. If you guys don't know, I'm a social worker and I'm a therapist, and it's just super important, especially now, to really make sure that you're taking care of your mental health and your physical health. All the health things you should be taking care of if you can, because it just helps make the days a little easier. It doesn't make being in a pandemic or, you know, the election and all of that any easier, but as time goes on, make sure you're taking care of yourself so that you're not noticing that you're burnt out or you're really struggling. And get support if you need it. That is also really important. I think I want to like talk about it a little bit more on my channel. It's something that I'm really, oh gosh, I got it on my eye. It's mental health and stuff. It's something I'm really passionate about. I have a lot of background in mental health and working with people and doing therapy. So it's just something I want to like help normalize, because I think people go through phases of mental health stuff. I just can't imagine someone not having any kind of mental health anything. Like, it's just so common and more common than we think. Like, I have even had my own, you know, background of anxiety and depression in my life. Anxiety is something I still deal with. It's not as often as it used to be. I used to have like really bad panic attacks, but I feel like over the last couple years, really, I've been doing really well. Haven't had a panic attack in a few years, actually. So anyway, I just bring that up because I want to make it more of like an okay topic to talk about here on my channel, because I think it is so important. Let me know down below what are something you're doing to take care of yourself, or, you know, I want this to be a community and a group of people that are supportive and open and willing to support each other. So if you see someone that makes a comment or something, or if you see people on the interwebs that really needs some support, I challenge you to be that person to reach out and just make sure they're okay, or say something kind, or whatever it needs to be, whatever you think that person might need to hear. I challenge you to try to be that person for them. We're on to lips. I had a few lipsticks that I really like. I really want to use this one. This is the Wet n Wild Give Me Mocha. I haven't used this in such a long time, but I have some other good fall ones too here from ColourPop. These are the Ultra Satin lips. I don't even think they make the Ultra Satin lips anymore, which is a huge bummer because I think they're really good. But I'm gonna take my Wet n Wild today. Okay, is that even? I hope it is. My lips look weird. I need to fix it. It's gonna drive me crazy. All right, you guys, that is going to end this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, I will link everything I use down below in the description. I always list the products that I'm using in case you guys are interested, but I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.